There he is. Bienvenidos, amigo.
How you doing?
What's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Everything good?
Everything's amazing, my friend. First of all, congratulations, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. It's hard to believe that it's been that long, but it looks to me like it happens yesterday, to be honest with you.
I know. We have a few guys, a few friends of the company, and they say they're in the hall, and they say the same thing. It's just like that quick, man.
Yeah, times go back fast, and but hey, I'm glad to be part, and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's been 3 years, and been watching uh, all the uh, all the Hall of Famers coming in after me
Yeah.
is amazing. It's sad to not see Derek Jeter this year and the group for this year, but 2021 is going to be special.
I know. I think I was talking to the hall a couple of days ago, and I think they're going to do a collaborative 2021 thing. But that's one of the questions we were asking everybody is like, what a bummer. I know a lot of you guys look forward to going to that every year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun week. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's a week that we all, as a Hall of Fame, we enjoy it a lot with the family and kids. And it's unfortunate that this year we are not going to be able to make it happen. But I guess, but again, we gotta protect ourselves.
Yeah.
We're doing this for safety, and we're doing this for the safety of the people that comes to Cooperstown every year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure then if we make this Hall of Fame happen this year, I'm sure there's going to be over 60,000 in that park because Jeter is in the hall. But
Yeah.
I think it's all for safety. It's all for us, and it's going to happen again. I mean,
Yeah.
we gotta go through the situation that we live in. We gotta follow the protocols that we gotta live today, and next year is always another year.
Yep. Absolutely. So I wanted to show you first and foremost for those that are joining the call that don't know what we do yet. So our company's called Dugout Mugs. We take the barrel of a baseball bat and we hollow them out to make pretty awesome mugs. You can
Right.
put a beer in it, you can put water in it. And I know you're a fan. You've got a lot of these.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You get behind me. I
Yeah.
got two. I just show you one. I have a bunch in the bar, and I mean
Yeah.
a lot of my friends take a lot of the that mug home, so they enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, we just sent a bunch down to Puerto Rico to Pudge's Pizza.
Absolutely, yeah. We are going uh, to have it there also with the beer, obviously.
Yeah.
Is right here, but
Yeah.
13 gold, and I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be something combined with the pizza, this beautiful thing that I have here, dark mud, and the beer to people enjoy to take it home. It's gonna be something that people in Puerto Rico they're waiting. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go back with the pandemic. We're not opening yet in Puerto Rico. We're hoping to open in November, September or November, something like
Mhm.
that. But people are waiting. People are waiting
Yeah.
to see the restaurants and to buy what we're gonna have in the restaurant, especially this beautiful Dagmar cup that we're gonna have there.
Awesome. Well, there's one that you haven't seen, and that's the one I'm gonna be drinking out of tonight. And out of respect, you haven't seen this one yet. I got to send you one. So,
Amen.
and
Amen.
these
Amen.
actually,
Amen.
hey, listen, these just went live on the website on Dugout. It's your link is dugoutmugs.com/pudge7. So if
Okay.
anybody wants any of these mugs, and so this one just went live. This is the Hall of Fame, but on the back it gets better. It's got the career stats down the back. It's pretty awesome.
That's beautiful.
Um,
That's beautiful. I mean, you guys are the best. I mean, you guys are the creators of all this and everything that you guys. I mean, so much fun to be part of the family
Thank
and
you.
be working with you guys together. And again, as you know, we've been we've been in communications. Everything you guys putting out there, I would say yes plus because it's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. Well, hey man, that's what we do this better than anybody else in the whole world, right? And we take a lot of pride in that, and we make beautiful products, and we love working with folks like yourself. But one of the things I want to touch on tonight, we got a few questions that some people submitted, so we'll go through that in a minute. But one of the things I want to touch on is I want you to talk about your charity. I know you and your wife work with that a lot. I want you to just touch on that briefly, and then after that, I want to talk about some of the different projects you're involved in, the Pudge's Pizza, the 13
Right.
Gold,
Yeah.
El Mayor, things like that. So tell us a little bit about the charity briefly, and then let's jump into some of the stuff, because a lot of the questions we got were people asking, what are you up to now? And I think that's really cool after baseball. That's how our whole company was started, was my partner was a pitcher. And after baseball became this, you know?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for all of you guys to be involved in our foundation. Our foundation called Posada de Moises is a foundation. Then my wife Patricia is involved, and myself in Colombia, in Medellin, Colombia. And what we do is we help kids. They need help, like poor kids. They need a house to live in, or a place to, to give them some scholar, some academics and food and whatever they need. And we've been doing it for for a long time. I'm new in the game. Patricia, my wife, has been in the foundation for a lot of years. I think more than 15 years. I think I can tell you, if I'm not mistaken, I'm probably involved probably 8 to 9 years already. Uh, but the foundation is unbelievable. It's a foundation that we care for the kids. The kids that we help, they send letters to us, thanking us for everything that we do to them, and everything that they have. Of course, remember this is kids that they grew up in neighborhoods that they're not good neighborhoods and poor neighborhoods, and just for us, just to give them a little piece of help, and give them the best the best that they need is also something that, also as a family, we feel very happy. So I always say, on behalf of our family, my wife, myself, and all the family that we really involved in this foundation, thank you for all the helps. And we do this that we're doing together. I also do a golf tournament every year in December in Colombia,
Yeah.
that we raise money for the same purpose, and we're gonna keep growing. This is something that we are not gonna stop, because I always say that the kids are the future of tomorrow, and this can need help. And every time they come and give me a hug and give a hug to my wife, that's nothing. There's not a better feeling than that. And that's what we really involve on this. I have another foundations that I always do, but just to be able to help these young kids that they need help for the future is just amazing.
That's awesome. And if anybody wants to follow up on that, it's pudge7, the number 7.com.
That's correct.
You can go in there and see what they got going on from the golf tournaments and all the different projects. You see Dugout mugs on there as well, so we appreciate that love. Yeah, so if anybody wants to get involved or participate or donate or anything like that, that's awesome. Also, any of the products that we sell through dugoutmugs.com/pudge7, we'll post the link. Nate's going to be working on that. He'll post some of the links, but a portion of every one of those sales, I think 25% of every one of those sales, goes back to the foundation as well. So definitely support. And tonight I made all the mugs on sale. They're like $39.99. So we made everything on sale. So hopefully everybody grabs a bunch of those. So let's talk about 3 of your projects. The one that we were blessed, you guys sent us a case of beer. We're not going to say no to that. The 13 Gold beer. Tell us about 13 Gold beer.
Well, 13 Gold beer, which is I just showed you earlier, is right here. Is a very nice light lager beer. We do it in Texas, and it was an idea that I started like a year ago. Now a little bit more than a year, and and I partnered with the partners that I have, and I said, look, I'm looking for something light and something that people love, and we're gonna come out with a nice beer. And so we came with a 13 goal. It's a lager beer, very nice, smooth, nice. A lot of people love it.
Yeah, we love it.
We
Yeah,
have
we
it
had a
in,
taste of it. We shared
yes,
it at the warehouse.
yeah,
It was good.
yeah, it's a small company, which is I like because we take a lot of pride in what we
Hmm.
produce, and every time we go to the back and see all those tanks full of beer, it means that we make that, and so far is we're doing good. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, everything slowed down a little bit, but when we started, a lot of people love it. We did a lot of events in the Texas area, and people love it. And now people still asking us when the beers are going to come up again, and so we're going to
Yeah.
start it again. So we're going to
Yeah, people
have.
are asking that. They're asking that comment now, and I think right now it's only in the Dallas and Texas area, right?
That's correct. Dallas
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the Texas area, we do also have it in Puerto Rico, obviously because I'm from there, and
Right.
but we want to grow. We wanted to grow smart as possible because we are not a big company, so we need to be smart in that part of how much we can produce or we can supply it. But I think the bottom line is the beer tastes really good, and
Yeah,
people
it does. It's a
like
good
it
beer.
so far. People like it so far, and what we want to do is just continue growing, take it step by step, and see where we go. So, but so far, I've been receiving a lot of positive things about the beer.
That's awesome. Well, now I got to ask you about, and again, some people may not know all the stuff we have. So we take the bat handle and we turn them into shot glasses too. Did you see the other night we went live with
Yes.
Mariano?
Uh,
Mo's an amazing guy, and he spent 45 minutes with us. I love Mo. But yeah, so this is one of his. But we make shot glasses, and that leads me to ask you about El Mayor, because my wife is actually half Mexican, so there's a lot of tequila around our house and family. So tell me a little bit about El Mayor, because I've not tried that one yet, and we're going to have to change that.
well, El Mayor was it was basically a a call that we're receiving in the office, and basically, I met Mr. Gonzalez, which is the chairman of El Mayor, and we went to Jalisco, Mexico, and we met the
Right.
family. We met the family. The family is a third generation family. They've been in the tequila business in Jalisco for a long time. El Mayor is not the only tequila that they make. They make a bunch of different types of tequila. They're really big in overseas, like in the Euro area, with a different
Okay.
mark of the tequila. But El Mayor tequila, uh, I like it because we have 7 different types of tequila. It started with basically the crystal one all the way to Extrañejo, and the tequila is very smooth to swallow. It's just kind of like very nice, not that type of tequila that you're gonna close your eyes and say, "Well, this thing
Yeah,
is
burn.
super
Yeah,
strong." No, it's a
yeah.
very well professional make tequila that takes a lot of pride into it. I went to the factory and in Jalisco. I went to the farm to see the agaves and the way that they
It's
make it
incredible.
is
It's
amazing. I mean,
incredible how they make it, isn't it?
oh my God, you see, it's hundreds and hundreds of acres of
Yeah,
agaves
exactly. Yeah.
there in Jalisco, and when you see and when you are in the middle of Don Julio's and all these tequila favors in the world that you know and you go and buy it, you know, Mayor is right in the middle of it, and Mr. Gonzalez and the family has hundreds and hundreds of acres of agave there, and then go to the factory and see how how they make it, how they put the agave and put it in the steam oven and produce it and take all the
Yeah,
juice out, and it's
that's
amazing.
wild.
It's
If
amazing.
anybody's never seen that, I probably suggest they go do that. Go check that out
Oh,
on
I mean,
YouTube
and
or
it's not.
Netflix or
Let
something.
me
It's
say
pretty
this
cool.
to you: it's not only one day. I mean, if you want to
Oh
go
my
and see how they make a tequila, you need to be prepared. There is not only one day. I mean, because to go to the farms and see the agave is one day. Just to come to the factory and see how they cut the agave in half and put in the steam oven, and then go to the other side and see how they spring it.
yeah,
How they take all the juice out, how the juice going, and then go through all these tanks and all their process and all that, and then go to the warehouses where they have all the tequilas in different types of beers. Racks. This rack is, let's say, this year. This other rack is another year. I mean, you say, wow. I mean, we have El Mayor tequila like for, I'm not kidding you, maybe 50, 100 years already, already there
well,
in the warehouse,
third
in the
generation's not
warehouse,
good.
in the
Yeah, third
warehouse.
generation's a long time.
Yes, yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
they have tequila, and they have business for a long time.
That's awesome. Well, I'm gonna have to check that one out too. Well, let's keep hammering along. So, anybody who's just joined us, we had a lot of people coming on and off. Um, Dugout mugs. We make baseball bats into drinking mugs. We have everything from the Pudge Rodriguez Signature Series, the brand new one that just went out. Pudge don't even have one of these yet. It's the Hall of Fame with the career stats down the bottom.
I expect to have one in my house in 2 days,
I,
please.
I'll talk to Catalina. We'll get it to you. But you haven't. I don't know if you've seen this one yet either. The inaugural season
Oh,
of the ballpark.
that's a new ballpark, correct?
Yeah, yeah. And well, we have both. Yeah, because dugout mugs. We're anybody who didn't know, we're licensed with Major League Baseball, so Rangers,
Nice.
Major League Baseball, Hall of Fame, Players Association, Minor League Baseball, all of them. But with that, we can do these specialty mugs. These are collectors ones. These are the inaugural. This is the last season, the final season at Arlington, and then the
Awesome.
inaugural launch this year. Unfortunately, 2020 has been kind of a train wreck, but anybody who cares to remember it can do it with this mug. But yeah, so we do that. And then we make the shot glasses. We were just talking about El Mayor. And then also, I'm pretty sure you got some of these too. The back handle.
Yeah, they're all here.
Oh, yeah.
They're back here.
Oh,
They're
yeah. You got
back here.
the
I
whole
got
crew.
everything. I got everything.
Then we're doing it right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run through a couple questions. We had a lot of people because anybody that doesn't follow us on social media should. It's at Dugout Mugs. And we had a few hundred people reaching out to us with different questions. So we just grabbed 5 so it doesn't go on too long. So I'm going to run through a couple of those. And then we picked, just so everybody's aware, we picked 3 winners. We're giving away, where's it at? 2 of these right here, autographed by the
Okay.
man Pudge himself, hand
Okay.
signed. We're giving away 2 of those, and we didn't tell anybody we're going to throw an autographed ball out there too. Yeah, exactly. So, but we're also going to give away an autographed ball tonight. So I got a ball
Awesome.
coming your way, my friend. So let's run through a couple of these questions because I think a lot of people just
Go
want to
ahead.
know a little bit about,
Of course.
your career, your life, what you're up to now. So
Fire away.
let's see. Nick, who was your mentor growing up? That's a pretty simple one, but a lot of people have a lot of different answers to that.
Well, mentors. Obviously, I have a great mentors in my house. Obviously, in my home, they're mom and dad. Obviously, I grew up in Puerto Rico, which is Puerto Rico is a very small island, and I grew up. I started playing sports. The reason that I say sports is because I play a bunch of different sports, not baseball only. And I got 2 big supporters in my house, which is mom and dad, and they support me to play the sport that I really wanted to play at the time. And I was also yes, I was a very good baseball player, but the good thing that my parents let me do, they let me play different sport. I play basketball, I play volleyball, I play a bunch of different other sports. And later on in my career, I choose to play baseball. The reason that I say that is because I always say this to parents that are watching us. And uh, sometimes you need to let the parents enjoy playing sports because uh, the name say it, they're kids. And when you're a kid, you need to enjoy the sport that you wanted to play and enjoy with your friends, enjoy with your teammates, because they're all young kids that they wanted to have fun. And later on, you decide what sport do you want to play. So to me, the reason that I say that is because, back to your question, those are my two great mentors because they never tell me no. They always supported me 100% in everything that I wanted to do. And then later on, I shoot when I was, I said when I was 13, 14 years old, I, I established only as a baseball player. And then that's when my father came in and we sit down and we start to working in the position that I wanted to play. In baseball, I was a very good player when I was a young kid. Then I was a pitcher. I played third base. I was a good bat, and they wanted to keep my bat in the lineup. So they pitch me, they catch me, they put me in third base. They put me in a position just because my bat it was so good that they need to keep that bat in the lineup. But later on in my career, I just find out that behind the plate was the position that I dominated the most.
I think he chose wisely.
So
Yeah, it turned out pretty well for you.
the catching position is the position that I dominated the most, and we start working in the things that I'm supposed to be working on, and the blocking, the throwing, the receiving, and all that, and sign with the Rangers at the age of 16 as a catcher. So my mom and dad, but basically dad was there with me. He took me to every practice and never missed a practice with me. My mom never missed a game with me. Also, I have a brother that I wanted to mention too. That I have a brother that also plays. So my two parents never missed any of my brother and myself game in our career when we play little leagues.
Yeah, and you're a dad as well, and your son plays, right?
My son plays. Yeah, my son
Yeah.
is in with the Giants organization. He's in the big league right now, and so yeah,
Yeah. So now it's
he's
your turn to pay it forward and do the thing.
exactly. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm the talking mentor to him. I always talking to him
That's,
about the,
oh,
you
that's
know,
tough. That's tough.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm sure a lot of the fans that are watching us right now and listening to us right now, my son is a pitcher. My son is a right-handed pitcher, and obviously, when you have a Hall of Fame catcher, obviously, my son calls me to get some advice from me, right? So kind of like
Yeah.
that's what I'm the talking advisors to him, trying to make him a better pitcher, and using his resume that he has as a pitcher, the fastball, the curve, the cutter, and the changeup that he has, made trying to locate those pitches uh, the right way and throw those pitches at the right call at the right situations because he's not a power pitcher, but I'm trying to teaching him then he doesn't need to throw 100 miles an hour. He can throw 91, 92 and feels like 100 miles an hour if he makes some pitches, smart way, and then the fastball can be seen as a batter's view very close to 100 miles an hour.
That's awesome. Yeah, I bet he's getting pretty solid. Yeah, that's a pretty good tandem right there. You've been able to give him some advice as a catcher, as a pitcher. Let me keep rolling on a couple more of these. Here's an interesting one. A guy named Sean said, obviously, you had a Hall of Fame career, so you're extremely talented at baseball. But what talent do you have that is not baseball related, like that you're proud of that maybe people don't know about? A good talent? Can you sing? Can you dance? Something like that.
No, I always a sport person. Always loved sport. I just mentioned it earlier. I was a very good volleyball player. and basketball kind of okay, but kind of other sports, those two. Yeah, I'm a sport fan of racing,
Okay.
boat offshore racing, things like that. Yeah, I did that once in my life. I play very good golf. That's the only thing I can tell you. Right now, I never play golf. During my baseball career, I started playing baseball. I mean, I retired in 2000 and yeah, 2012, and in 2013 I started playing golf for the first time. So I think it's 8 years into today, into this conversation, and I'm pretty decent on golf. I'm not
Yeah.
a super good, but I'm pretty decent. I'm a 4.1 handicap in golf,
Oh,
and
that's
I
yeah. You're
think
almost
I
scratch.
I think I can compete on Wednesday and Saturdays with a group of friends that I do here in Florida. I had the privilege to participate in the American Century Champions, and every year I do pretty good. We are working in some try to to put more golf tournaments together. But I have the opportunity to play in some pro-ams and 3 or 4 years that I play with professional golfers, and I play pretty decent golf.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm a golfer too. Matter of fact, Matt, a buddy of mine, Matt, the American Century says tournament. Matt's a
Yeah,
dear friend
Matt
of mine.
Haynes, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
He's a
dear
good friend
friend
of
of
mine.
mine. Yeah. So we'll probably hit the links at some point. Not we got to wait till all this craziness goes away. But I'm not a 4.1. That's for sure. I'm more of about a 15. But, all right. So a couple people, Mark and AJ, asked a couple questions about batters when you were catching. Who was the funniest? Who was always talking and being the funniest? And then who talked the most trash at the plate, if you remember?
Well, funniest, I always say probably Tory Hunter.
Okay.
Tory Hunter, every time he comes to a bat, he does some couple of practice swings, and he looking at me, and I would say, Pudge, see what happens. Let's go, see what happens. Let's go, see what happens. Kind of like he just kind of maybe he using that maybe to slow down himself when he's in the batter's box and doing his at bat. But as far as things like that, yeah, probably maybe. Uh, I mean, it's so many that I not remember. But basically, when I was in my job, I always take my job very seriously because I don't want anybody to mix to mess it up my concentration because I don't like it. I play the game hard. I always grew up and I played 21 years in major league level, play the game hard and respect the game. But there was funny here and there that the one thing that I can tell you that I did was in the first time up when all the lead up guy all the way to the nines comes to a bat, I always wish him the best. How you doing? How are you? I wish you the best. Have a great game. But after that, game on. No more,
Yeah.
no more conversations. Uh, and the other one, no, basically, I always very focused on my job, respect
Okay.
everybody. I have a lot of respect in the game of baseball because uh, since I came in 1991, I grew up with a lot of veteran players in the Rangers organization. Talking about Nolan Ryan, Kevin Brown, Kenny Rogers, Jose Guzman. Ruben Sierra, Juan Gonzalez, Palmeiro, all those guys, Julio Franco, all those guys, they teach me how to play the game seriously. I came up as a 19-year-old when I was in 91, but they teach me that discipline right away. Hey, you here, you're a 19-year-old, but you're a man like us. You got to go and do the things that you got to do so you can play here every day. And when the years goes by and pass, I still have that in, in the way that I play the game. And I always feel like all my career, I was kind of like a player coach, even though that I was young, but because I learned a lot from this group of people when I came up in 91, I took that all the way, through my baseball career, and I trust me, I helped a lot of players, to keep the focus, keep the concentration in the game. Give me 3.5, 4 hours of concentration of the game. Let's win the ball game. Let's play 27 outs as hard as we can, and then after that, we do whatever you want. But let's focus on this 3.5 hour, 27 outs. So I grew up that way. So um, I think that's probably the answer that I have to give it to these guys.
No, that's good. Well, that leads me to Kris asked. No, wait. Let's see. Nathan, who was the best? Who's the currently? Who's the best catcher in your opinion playing today?
Oof, I have a few. I mean, I have a few. I said probably Javier Molina.
Yeah,
I said Salvador Perez. I say, man, I forgot the kid from the Cubs.
not Ron,
Wilson Contreras.
yeah.
Wilson Contreras. Uh, eh, Robinson Chirinos. I gotta say that because I work with him. Okay, I work with him, and and I work with my two kids that we have in our team in the Rangers, and so I gotta say those two as well. And but again, to me, the ones that comes out there, yeah, those two. Buster Posey is a pretty good catcher, but right now, uh, because I think they're probably gonna move him from catching to first base, and not he not playing this year. It's kind of like a kind of like in between. But uh, but when you're a major league baseball, a major league player, and you're a major league catcher, I always say that you're a great player. Yes, there is a few better than others, but when you're in the big leagues, I always say that you're a great player. It doesn't matter if you're a backup or if you're a regular player, but if you're in the big league, it's because you're a great player,
Yeah,
and
you're
you
already
have
on top of
and you
the
have
system.
something good on you that you're there for a reason. And so
Yeah.
I always get in that question all the time, and I always say a few, but I have a lot of respect on every catcher in major leagues and catchers that are not playing every
Yeah.
day in the big leagues as a backup. They're all good to me because they're big leaguers
That's
for
good.
myself.
That's good perspective. That's good perspective because I mean the 1% of the 1% is who
There's
makes it there.
1%.
You know,
There's
it's like
1% of a 1% is
yeah,
out of how many hundreds?
right.
I mean, there's only 25 players and two
Yeah,
catchers in that 25. So you got to be
yeah.
good. You got to be good.
Real good. Let's see. Who is your favorite pitcher to catch?
Favorite pitcher. I have the privilege to catch Nolan Ryan for a couple of years, and it was amazing. Kevin Brown was an unbelievable. Guzman, and through my 21 years of my baseball career, I catch so many good ones. The Strasburg,
Yeah, Washington.
Justin Verlander. I mean, you name it. All-star games. 14 All-Star games catching the best pitchers in the American League and National League at the time, for one inning or two. And so just for me to say that I was able to play 14 All-Star games and see all of them,
Yeah.
and see all of them behind the plate and be able to put a finger down to, for them to throw a baseball, that to me are the best pitchers in the game, because if they're all-star, they're the best
Yeah, they're
at
the
the
best.
time, at that year. So I say, probably all those 14 all-star games that I play, all these pitchers that I catch in those 14 all-star games, they're pretty awesome to me. As an individual, as teammates, obviously, catch so many, but to me, when I grew up as a 19-year-old in '91 and came out, this kid came from Tulsa, Oklahoma, from Double A, and the second game I was catching Nolan Ryan at the age of 46, and I was a 19. It could be, I could call him my dad, right? And be able just to catch him, and did a good job with him until he retired. And still today we have a great relationship together. That to me is more,
Did you know
is more than enough.
Did you know that we work with Nolan? Check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we work with Nolan from the Nolan Ryan Foundation too. This guy's been awesome.
Yeah.
He's been awesome to work with.
He's a sweetheart. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He really is.
A lot of people doesn't know Nolan. He looked like very serious face, but when you sit down and talk to him, he's an amazing person.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Let's see. That's about it, because a couple of these other things you kind of already covered. So we're starting to run high on time. So let's go ahead and give some stuff away. We already went ahead. I had my team go through and pick at random 2 people to get an autograph mug and then an autograph baseball. So the winners are, and I don't know if they came on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, but Alex Diaz is that autograph mug. Craig Conrad got an autograph mug, and Vanessa Casas, C-A-S-A-S, you get the surprise gift, and that's an autographed baseball by our man,
awesome.
Pudge. So congratulations to Vanessa, Alex, and Craig. We got your
congratulations.
Yeah, we couldn't reach out early because it would have ruined the surprise, but we're going to reach out to y'all and let you know. We're going to get your information. We'll send that stuff along.
Sure.
Pudge, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for doing what you do with Dugout Mugs and being a fan and being part of the Dugout. We really appreciate that.
Well, thank you for having me. You know that we've been together for a few years now, and thank you for letting me be in your family and work together, and hopefully we can continue work together and make all this, making some more and more and more of this, this beautiful piece of art, because this is not cups. This is a big, beautiful piece of art. I mean, this is not an easy thing to make, and these guys are doing a great job. And also, I wanted to say thank you for all the fans that are getting on live today. I appreciate it to be involved. Thank you for all the questions and just to obviously, send all this great text back. So God bless all of you, and God bless you, and thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you.